Alright, so anniversary is dropping next week. So right before that happens, I need to update the tier list because I didn't get an opportunity to do so at the end of last month because I was traveling. But we have 5 characters to rank, and obviously with a meta shift that happened, not a shift necessarily, but a meta addition that happened with the collab, I have changed some of the character spots. For example, Naofumi went from bottom of the barrel, now he's meta. Naofumi is phenomenal right now. So is Philo. Philo is funny because I did make a video. I don't know how long this is going to take me to find, but I legitimately made a video. This was one of the videos I made to upload while I was out, so I was just kind of rushing to do something, to be honest. But yeah, irredeemable. Philo's coming back and is unusable. To be fair, she did get buffed. Like, my point was, like, if these characters don't get buffed, they are going to be unusable. Philo, and Naofumi, got great buffs. Raphtalia not so much, but I still upped her because of the greater usability of unknowns, and especially Fitoria. Hell, up. She's meta again, I would say. She's great right now. I did not put down this guy, because he's actually pretty decent as well. And I did put down Assault Melee and Zeldris. I think that right now with the current meta teams being so tight, you could use them, right? Sub-meta, you could use them. But I wouldn't say that they are the top of the chain anymore, like the last time I updated the tier list. And I brought up Red Roxy. It seems like a lot of people are actually using Red Roxy with Arthur, but not as much as LR Liz. LR Liz is the definitive back unit for humans because she gives 15% HP and she has great CC. That's really all that she is doing, and there's no better back unit for humans. There just isn't. And Hawk and Oslo is actually pretty decent because of Naofumi, so I put him up. Not meta, but you can use. I think a team of Naofumi, Yuri, Arthur, and Hawk and Oslo is definitely a team you can use. And so because of that, I think that the spot is deserving. So Rox is still somewhat usable, so I didn't want to put her down. So is LR Ascanor, but ideally, you know, Naofumi is better. Albedo is doing great right now in the meta. So is Ferodrin. And the Sins team is actually, I should put down Merlin, because the Sins team is not doing so hot. But the individual Sins units are. Melly's great on the Demon team with, where is she? With Galda. Bon is great on the Human team. And Gaffer's great on the new Unknown team with Fitoria, which we'll rank in a second. So, I don't think I'd made any other big changes, to be honest. I guess I put down Melascula because she really can't do much at this point, but she's usable. Alright, new characters. Oh, PvE as well. I did some changes as well. I think the biggest change, I brought up LR Glocks to the top because he is phenomenal in the new Demonic Beast alongside Valenti. And I put down the characters that were the, you know, main characters of that team to just like has use. I think obviously if you don't have the new Valenti, you have to use these two for the new Demonic Beast, and they suck. They suck, but you have to use them, right? I guess you don't. No, you do. Yeah, if you get Scotty, you still have to use them. If you have Scotty but you don't have Valenti, you still have to use them. It sucks. In any case, Glocks is phenomenal for the Demonic Beast alongside Valenti, so I thought it was great. So, PvP, Valenti, she sucks, so. There was a bit of a combo there with, because what Valenti does, right? Let me pull her up. I like to have the character I'm talking about on the side while I'm talking about it, but unfortunately I play JP, right? So, even though I want to talk about the character, it's not like I can pull out the passive right here. Let's read. But with Valenti, right? I forgot exactly. What was it? Now that I went on the talk about that, I forgot exactly what was. Oh, yeah. Her card, right? So this card has release. So you can make like a pretty decent damage combo with the release card, even in PvP, but realistically, it's just a fun thing that you can do, but it's not. If you go up against anyone that is a real player, you're gonna lose probably, so. Not without culture be that great. But in PvE, obviously she's phenomenal. She makes the new beast a joke. Like, I think it's... After you kind of get the hang of all three, floors of the new beast, if you have both Valenti and Glocks, and obviously the team is Valenti, Glocks, Melee, and LR Liz, right? If you have these four, you can almost like autopilot while doing it. It's crazy, like how impactful she is so early in the beast's life cycle. Because usually we get the character made for the beast that makes the beast a joke, like, what's her face? Jormungandr, not Scotty, Tonar, and stuff like that. Not Tonar. Yeah, it is Tonar, the red Tonar. I was thinking of the green. Red Tonar. A little bit after than what we did for Valenti. It's like, 2 months after the beast release. But with Valenti, we actually got her a week? 2 weeks? 2 weeks after? Yeah, 2 weeks after, right? Kind of crazy. Any case, yeah. Now the collab. So the new collab characters. Let's start with Fitoria because she's the one that matters more. Fitoria is obscenely OP, and she's definitely what I would say is a usual character we get to counter a current meta. Fitoria is clearly a character that we got to counter Gelda, right? Fortunately for us, Gelda did not fall off. Like, Gelda still remains super strong, but, she was way too strong. And that's the cycle. If you've played the game for a while, you know how it is. A character releases that's extremely OP like Gelda, and, it takes a little bit of time, and then a character releases that is perfect to go up against the other character. It has happened so many times to count. So, Fitoria, I feel like, is a response directly to Gelda, and that's why she's so strong, because she has to be strong if she's going up against Gelda. Her passive, no, that's not passive, is so long, you have to scroll down. When you have to scroll down on a passive, it's some real shit, When you have to scroll down, there's some Yu-Gi-Oh card shit. Like, she does so much, right? It's like, does Demon King Melee even have a passive this long? Because Demon King Melee is like the example I have of a passive that's way too long. And it's like way too confusing. Yeah, it's just as long. Yeah. Because of all the blue text, right? But the blue text plays part of the passive. It's stuff that's happening, right? So, I still count it. In any case, Fitoria is unbelievably OP. And she carries Unknown pretty hard right now. I think that if you're going to play an Unknown team, you have to use Fitoria. You don't have a choice. Like, Hell is up here. Philo's up here. But it's because of Fitoria. If you don't have Fitoria, these characters might as well be in the garbage tier. Yeah, not really, but you know what I mean. So, a tier, like, I feel like tier could also go up here if you're talking about Fitoria. But I don't think he's as good as running Philo. And I don't think he's as good as running Albedo. And I don't think he's as good as running Hell. So I can in good conscience put tier up here, I don't think. A relic for tier. Tier is, when did he release? He released early last year, was it? Or was it a little later? The release schedules of last year are kind of blending in, but regardless, I believe we should be coming up on a tier Holy Relic, because he has lost steam. He's not the powerhouse he once was. So I think a tier Holy Relic, my god. I can't even imagine what they could give him, because he is a character like Gelda. Remember how OP Gelda was when she came out? That was tier, right? I think that these regular banner characters have been so juiced to compete with festivals. And, once we get Relic for him, then he's probably going to go up. In any case, Fitoria is amazing. PvE-wise, I will not lie. I have not tried Fitoria in PvE as much as I should. But I've seen what she's capable of. She's a big hard hitter. She isn't as much of a team support as she is for PvP. Because for PvP, she has a part of the passive where she gives her defense, and she has that, if you go second, you cleanse, but that's like very specific to the beginning of battle. After the beginning of battle, she's not doing that, but in PvE, one thing that you do is you maintain the queen, is it authority? I forgot which one, but you maintain that extra damage passive and she hits super hard. I'm afraid I also have to rank her super high for PvE. I could be making a mistake, but for the same reason that I keep the one ultimate up here, he's a big hard hitter, and he can be pretty good for certain demonic beasts. It's the same reason why I'm putting Philo. She's just an incredible hard hitter. Even if she has a debuff card that won't work in a lot of these enemies, it doesn't matter because the card still hits super hard, you know? So, I think I should keep her there. I think that's a good position for her, even in PvE. Alright, Glass. Glass is a character that reminds me... I need to word this in a way. She reminds me of Green Roxy from the past collab. There are a lot of copium for this character, but she is quite good. Just like Roxy was when she came out, she was quite good, but she wasn't what people were pretending she was. And I think that's happening to Glass as well. I think Glass is a certainly decent character, but she's clearly not meta. There is a reason why no one that is playing the game seriously to try to, you know, be top 100 and stuff like that is using Glass. She has many flaws in her kit, and I will still be, I think, quite generous in putting her sub-meta. She's a fun character, I'll say this. She can hit quite hard, it's just she is not on the level of the characters above her. You cannot be telling me that Glass is on the level of Fitoria, or Albedo, or Ban, or Melly, or... You cannot. You'd be disingenuous to say so. The way her kit was formulated here is, I think, sloppy. Because the thing is, a lot of characters get carried by the time of their release. And a phenomenal example is the One Ultimate, right? I think the One Ultimate is a good example. I'll explain why. So, the One Ultimate has a very simple kit. Very simple. But because he had phenomenal stats, and just in general he was a great hard hitter, on the time of his release he was the best unit in the game. But very soon characters started releasing with more tight kits and, you know, more kits longer essentially, but less simple, but more, you know, I would like to say smarter kits than just, you know, he has somewhat of a revive and he gets attack related stats and he hits hard, like, but because he was so strong, it didn't matter that his kit was kind of simplistic. For Glass, right now, because she has good stats and she can hit hard, you can use her. And she can hit hard, no one's denying that, right? You can get that pierce attack to hit like a big nuke. But she has so many flaws in her passive that she will age very fast. Namely, this card, Soul Steal. This card takes her down 5 pegs. If she had any other card except Soul Steal, she might have been meta. Genuinely. This card is what's gonna keep her from ever progressing through the meta. This character has an annoying kit to use. Characters with annoying kits generally don't progress through the meta and continue being meta. That happened exactly with Light Liz, not the new one, but the old Light Liz. Because of how her kit was made, she fell off pretty quickly. She was good when she came out, but she fell off pretty quickly. Glass, I wouldn't even call her meta right now. She's not. No one that's actually playing the game for real is using her. And she's gonna fall off very quick because of the way her kit is made. But if you want to use her right now, she's pretty good. Like, anyone that is sub-meta can replace a character in meta, and your team will still be very much runnable. Very much. You're gonna win as long as your boxes is higher, especially. But you're gonna win, right? If you are running demons and you replace Estarossa with LR Zaldris, that's still a good team. You cannot deny that that's still a good team. But it's a weaker team. You cannot deny it as well. So, Glass, I want to make that point. Because of the way her kit is made, with the stacks, it really pulls her back. But for PvE, same thing. It's going to be the exact same issue, but less exacerbated. So I think I cannot imagine that she has the potential that Fitoria has because of her downsides. So I'll just give her like a ranking like Aaron. I think she's like Aaron, in my opinion. So, but again, I haven't used her in the Demonic Beasts because I haven't had the time to. But I cannot, like, how am I gonna use her? That's the question. Like, the teams that I could use for the harder Demonic Beasts, I can't run her. Alright, finally to the newer characters. I'm actually talking a lot in this video. But it's because the characters are so much more intriguing and complex than ever before. Characters are getting more and more complex, which is a good thing in a way, and a bad thing in another way, right? If you are a newer player, getting in and learning what every single character does can be very, very complicated and you know, a bit of a barrier, right? I would say. But for me, it's cool because I get to talk a lot. LR Galand. What a disappointment. I think that this character has future potential because he doesn't have a Holy Relic yet. And even without a Relic, he is quite decent. He is. Obviously, he doesn't compete. You run him, and because you have to run him, you have to remove another character from your team. That's, you know, how the teams work. If you're gonna tell me, right, okay, so Galand needs to be run on Demon Team. No, not because of this. He has to be run on Demon Team. Oh, dude, okay. These, I don't know why, but some characters now, very few of them, have the passive written from the left. While most characters, if I pull up like Melly here, okay, have the passive written from the middle. You know what I mean? Like when you format attacks on anywhere, but you know, Word or whatever, you can choose if it starts from left, right, or middle, right? If it centers the text. Every character has a centered passive essentially, except two characters. Galand, LR Galand, and LR Escanor. I don't know why. Anyways, I don't know if it's a mistake, but LR Escanor, they never fixed it. It's been like that since he released, and they never fixed it. LR Galand does not stand apart with the characters that you need to run the Demon Team. Are you gonna remove Are you gonna remove Estarossa to run Galand? Okay. Well, your team is weaker, much weaker, because you removed a character that's a pivotal, you know, source of basic stats, darkness stat. Estarossa does a lot. You're gonna remove Demon King Mally? You're crazy? You're gonna remove Gelda? Gelda! Yeah. So, that's the issue, right? But he has future potential. I think right now, I would put him in usable. I, again, cannot put him in sub-meta. He's just so bad. You can have moments. I can make any character look good in a YouTube video. I promise you. You can have moments where Galand is gonna do a bunch of damage of his AoE, or a bunch of damage of a single target. And in a vacuum, those moments make him look very good. And might make you think, oh, you're being too harsh. But the reality is, out of the 10 matches that you run Galand, out of all of the 10 matches, at least 8 or 9 you're gonna think, man, I wish I was using Gelda. So. Or maybe I wish I was using LR Zaldris. I wish I was using Assault Melee. Or the other options of the Demon Team, right? in any case. Oh, for PvE. For PvE, I think I'm less harsh. I think he is quite good. But the way I format the PvE tier list, I think, is this character on the tight mix of a hard PvE activity? I don't think so. So, I think here is good. Mid-tier activities. Yeah, I think him and Glass, they're very... Yeah, mid-tier activities, I think that's fair. I think that's more fair than putting them down. Because my top tier for PvE is this character in the best possible team for a important activity in the game? If so, I put him up here. This is why I took down a lot of characters that you might think I shouldn't. Like, I took down... where is she? Maybe I won't find her. There's so many characters. I took down Blue Megelda. I took down Yorm. Okay, Yorm is right here. Because those activities aren't that hard anymore. If you have the most updated characters, you can do those activities no problem without the main character made for the beast. And honestly, Bird and Deer are just not as important anymore. Because the newer relics made for the good units, the good relics, don't use those materials anymore. So, for the most part. Not 100% rule. There are characters that still use those relics. They are good, but the newer characters, the better ones, not so much. Alright, finally, we're at the end. Scotty, she sucks. End the video. Scotty is an odd character, actually. She does suck, don't get me wrong, she does suck. For PvP, she sucks. Again, I can make any character look good, but I choose not to. I choose not to lie. Scotty sucks. Don't use her in PvP, she sucks. In PvE, I feel like, you know, she's made for the new demonic beast. I feel like they missed the mark on what she should do. She's doing a lot of things that she shouldn't, you know? She has a lot of functions that don't seem to be made for what she's meant to be doing. And, it's a shame. But it's also a good skip. Anniversary is coming up, so it's an easy skip for everyone, and that is good. She doesn't even have free tickets. I will give her... I genuinely do not think that she is part of the best team for the new Demonic Beast. Even though she's made for the new Demonic Beast, I genuinely do not think so. I think Glocks, Valenti, Melly and Liz is better because you have to remove Melly to use Scotty. And Glocks provides much better team defenses for the team than Scotty does. But you can still use her if you decide to waste your gems, or if you're a whale, you know. I'm not your dad, you do whatever you want with your money, right? You know, if you decide to pull Scotty, she's still a great option. But you're going to have to tweak your team. No Demon King Melee, because he removes all the debuffs, which is kind of annoying. So you need to use a different DPS. That's fine, right? You just have to tweak the team a little bit. But personally, the team is a brain-dead team. You can beat the beast with no thinking whatsoever, so why even change it, right? Any case, that's it, finally. Oh wow, that took a while. Anniversary is coming up in a week, so let's see how those are going to look like in a week.